What's going on, Red Wings fans? Welcome to today's edition of the Forecheck, live from right here at Little Caesars Arena. And it's such a beautiful day in downtown Detroit today. It doesn't quite feel like hockey season yet, does it?
No, it doesn't, Daniela. But I'll tell you what, it was nice to get out, on the concourse today and a little bit outside and take a nice little walk. But hey, it's hockey season, no matter what the weather is outside.
I know. I'm trying to bring some fall vibes with my outfits lately. So we're ready. We're in this hockey mode, and we've had two preseason games already, both against the Chicago Blackhawks. Ken, what have you thought so far of the Red Wings' performances?
Well, hard to tell on some of the youngsters that have played so far in the couple of games. But again, 9 preseason games for the Detroit Red Wings will get the coaches and management staff a great opportunity to take a look at all these players. We just saw a hit from Joe Hicketts out there, and he's one of the players that I kind of push for because he plays with a lot of heart out there, and he really just decked his man out there on the ice the other day here. But, I want to really see how the youngsters fare against some top talented players in the National Hockey League.
Yeah, and you mentioned that hit. I know we're looking at some goals right now, but you mentioned that hit. The games were played pretty physically, which is something I noticed, especially on Tuesday night.
Absolutely, and you got to get engaged, I think. And I know it's the preseason and players don't want to get injured, and you gotta take your bumps and bruises though. And when you're playing in this league, especially if you're a young player and one of your roles is to play physical, you better go out there and play physical because that's what's going to get you in the NHL if that's your role.
And physicality is what might have got Matt Ford that goal. He played really hard, went to the net and scored. I think it was the Red Wings' second goal on Tuesday night.
Yeah, and again, the Red Wings on Wednesday in Chicago didn't have a lot of offense, and Taro Hirose, we'll talk a little more about him in a bit, but he's a guy that continues to give the Red Wings offensive scoring touches, and he's got 2 points already in 2 games.
And one goal we didn't see in that highlight package, Michael Rasmussen had a goal on Tuesday night. It was a power play goal, and tonight he's in the lineup with Anthony Mantha and Tyler Bertuzzi. He's playing kind of in the place of Dylan Larkin on that number 1 line. What do you think this opportunity means for him?
Well, it means everything, and he wants to put a good showing for Coach Blashill and the rest of the coaching staff and management. And I think 1 year under his belt in the National Hockey League is only going to help him. He appears to be a little bit stronger. I'm sure he worked on his strength and conditioning in the offseason. And the goal that he scored, that's where his bread and butter is. I mean, he's to the side of the net. He's in front of the net. He's got a big body, and he made a really nice play on that power play goal that proved to be the game winner.
And you can see some of his numbers right here. He had 8 goals, 10 assists for 18 points. That was last season, 2018-2019. He's one of those guys that might be fighting for a job right now with some of the young guns. So what do you think is his mindset for preseason?
Well, he's going to have to play hard, and he's going to have to do the things that is going to get him on the team. And the strength of Michael Rasmussen, as we talked about at Danielle, is the fact that he's a big, strong player, good net front presence, and he's a really good on the power play. And, before he came to the Red Wings, that was his bread and butter, scoring on the power play. We all know the Red Wings power play this year needs to get better.
And Michael Rasmussen was with Carly Johnston this morning after morning skate. Let's throw it to her for more.
Thanks, guys. Carly Johnston here on the Red Wings bench at Little Caesars Arena. We have our 3rd preseason game tonight against the New York Islanders. We're going to see some familiar faces out on the ice in Anthony Mantha, Tyler Bertuzzi, and Andreas Athanasiou. Michael Rasmussen and Joe Veleno will rotate centering that top line tonight with Dylan Larkin out of the lineup. I caught up with a few guys after morning skate to see what they had to say about the game tonight. Tonight against the Islanders, you're going to be playing on a line with Bert and Mantha. How is that feeling?
Yeah, it's great. Played a little bit with Bert last year, so 2 great players, obviously, and going to help me out a lot, so I'm excited to play with those guys.
I think people are underestimating us. We look at our defensive group this year. I mean, we have so many players that could actually play on the team. And then up front, obviously, there's a couple spots open. There's guys battling. There's guys battling really hard, so hopefully everything lines up and we create a couple surprises this year.
Also, a new but familiar face will be out on the ice tonight for the Red Wings. Valtteri Filppula will be wearing that winged wheel on his sweater once again, number 51. Excited to see him tonight. Let's go Red Wings.
Thank you, Carly. And we're going to get back to what Anthony Mantha said in just a minute because I liked what he had to say. But first, let's go back. Carly mentioned that Joe Veleno will also be in the lineup tonight, splitting time with Michael Rasmussen on that top line. Along with Joe Veleno, we've got Filip Zadina and Moritz Seider out there tonight. That is 3 first-round draft picks. So 2018, 6th overall, Zadina. 2018, 30th overall, Joe Veleno, and Maurice Sider, of course, 2019 6th overall. It's going to be pretty exciting to see those three out there together.
Well, absolutely. I thought Sider was given a lot of minutes in that game in Chicago at the United Center and actually did pretty well. He's young, he's learning, but, he's a big, strong type guy for the age that he's at right now, Daniella. And, I thought he handled himself pretty good. Joe Veleno, I just think the world of him, and he got a point in that game on Wednesday in Chicago on the lone goal that Hirose scored. He's always around the puck, and Zadina, even though he's not scoring, I'd like to see him pop a few into the net. He's still helping out. He picked up an assist, but three exciting young players, and I think the fans really enjoy watching those youngsters play.
Yeah, we talked a lot about them during the Prospects tournament up in Traverse City. They were all three pretty great, so it's going to be exciting to see them on the ice tonight for a preseason game. Let's go back to Anthony Mantha. In that sound from the locker room, he said that he thinks that the Red Wings are underestimated, and I thought that was a pretty big statement, that he is excited for the season to start and he thinks that there might be some surprises in this lineup.
Well, I think it's better to be an underdog than be a team that you're expected to win and you don't. And I like the fact that what we saw from the Red Wings late last season, when really they didn't have much to play for, they really played well, and Mantha really played well. He had 67 games. If it wasn't for an injury, he ended up with 25 goals. He probably would have scored 30 goals for the Red Wings. Bertuzzi, he was out there working hard as well. And how about Anthony Mantha, or Athanasiou? That guy is unbelievable on his skates. I can't tell you how many breakaways he had over the course of the season, but I remember one of the coaches that came in here from the opposition said that guy gets a breakaway every game, it seems, so he's deadly out there. Athanasiou.
Those three guys that we were just looking at, Tyler Bertuzzi, Andreas Athanasiou, and Anthony Mantha, preseason for them, what does it mean when you are a guy that is expected to have a spot on the team?
Well, you have to perform, and you got to get yourself ready. And that's the thing with veteran players, too. And I know Mantha's still kind of a young guy, but actually he's kind of a veteran because he's been around. But veterans take a little bit longer to get into the groove, and they know, because of experience, when to push it, when to hold back. And the young guys have to go all the time. They go hard all the time. And as they get younger or older and they get experience, they're going to figure it out too. But I like watching the veterans play because they know when to turn it on and when to hold back.
And Ken, the Islanders are in town tonight. What can we expect out of them?
They're an interesting team, Daniella, because 2 years ago, they were one of the worst teams in the National Hockey League. And then all of a sudden, their goaltending just changed course overnight. They had the best goals against average and save percentage out of all the goaltenders in the National Hockey League last year. And they ended up with over 40 wins on the season, lost in the second round to Carolina Hurricanes. But Barry Trotz, terrific coach, has them playing hard, and they should have another good year. And so we're seeing a pretty good lineup with the Red Wings. We're seeing a pretty good lineup with the Islanders here tonight as well.
So we're going to get some good hockey tonight, that means. And guys, if you're not down here for the game, you can catch it on a stream today. We're going to stream it on Fox Sports Go, and then it's also going to be streamed on DetroitRedWings.com. So no TV coverage of this game. That's Fox Sports Go and DetroitRedWings.com. Or, of course, you can catch it on the radio for WWJ, right, Ken? You'll be broadcasting on WWJ?
That's right, WWJ 950 AM.
All right, and want to remind you guys, we have a special promotion going on right now, fee-free tickets, and the tickets are starting at $30. That's a great deal. Starting at $30, you won't have to pay the extra fees, and that is until midnight tonight, and that's for some preseason games, regular season games. It's a deal that you won't want to miss out on. Again, $30 tickets, fee-free until midnight tonight, and you can get those at DetroitRedWings.com/fee-free. Ken, thank you so much for joining me as always, and let's get ready for some hockey.
Yeah, we got a good matchup tonight with the Islanders. We got Pittsburgh coming in on Sunday. It's going to be a busy week next week, so stay tuned to the Forecheck and we'll fill you in.
It's a fun weekend. Let's go Red Wings.